Hello everyone, it's Scott here from AnimeBlurayUK, and today I'll be unboxing the UK Deluxe Edition Blu-ray and vinyl set for Chainsaw Man Season 1, which has been released into the UK via Crunchyroll. So this set was initially released at the Crunchyroll booth at MCM London Comic Con back in October 2024, but on 30th of December 2024 it's going to be available at retailers. So there we just saw the front cover, which had some really gorgeous artwork, and then here we have the back cover, which gives you a bigger look at what you can expect from this deluxe edition set, and all this information here is on a sticky sheet that sticks to the back of the box. So inside this deluxe edition set you'll find the first season of Chainsaw Man on Blu-ray presented in a Steelbook box, a 144-page colour booklet filled with lots of information, 6 art cards, a lenticular card, a certificate of authenticity, and then a LP set that contains 2 LP vinyls. So there is some additional artwork around the outer packaging of the box, so most notably being the Chainsaw Man logo on the left and right hand sides of the spines, and then on the top and the bottom is like mini warning labels on how to use Puchita and Denji in his Chainsaw Man form. But other than that, the main sort of takeaway is the really cool visual on the front cover of Denji in his Chainsaw Man form, which sort of strikes out at you and just really screams home what potentially Chainsaw Man is about. But in terms of the actual box itself, it does have a sort of a premium quality feel to it. It's not a simple cardboard material, it's not a rigid art box material. It has a really nice premium aesthetic feel to it, which is great to see. Now once we lift the lid up, we are welcomed with the actual Chainsaw Man LP. Now I believe this particular LP set can be purchased separately elsewhere online, but it is around about £60, maybe more. So if you weren't interested in re-owning this particular limited edition set, but you still wanted the soundtrack of Chainsaw Man on vinyl, then there is that option. But to be fair, I think this is the better quality product, and you'll see why later. So there we had the front cover of the LP set. We then have the spine, which as you can see, all it features is the Chainsaw Man logo. And then we have the back cover, which lists all of the actual songs included on this soundtrack. So there's 2 LP tracks, and as you may be aware, LP tracks have a side A and a side B. And for this case, they're using side A, side B, side C, and side D. So side A and B is for LP1, and side C and D is for LP2. Moving on, we then have the Chainsaw Man art book, which interestingly is listed as booklet at the bottom, but it's more of a hefty art book. And again, this has sort of a premium aesthetic feel to it, with sort of a rubbery type material being used for the art book. And we have a image of Puchita on the back. But on the inside, you'll find a wealth of information related to Chainsaw Man. So on the inside, you'll find cast interviews and production interviews with various different team members related to Chainsaw Man, storyboards, and key visual information and artwork. And interestingly, the interviews are also presented in both English and French. So it looks like the Crunchyroll are using this same art book in multiple territories. Next up, we then have the art cards and certificate of authenticity, of which are presented in this really cool looking Chainsaw Man folded envelope. So if we just open that here, which shouldn't be too hard, but I seem to be having difficulty with it. And once we unfold it all out, we are welcomed with the, first of all, the Chainsaw Man certificate of authenticity. So I've got box 452 of 1,000. As you may not be aware, there's only 1,000 units of these Chainsaw Man Deluxe Edition sets being produced. We then have the lenticular art card, which shows you Denji transforming into Chainsaw Man. And then we have a variety of different art cards from different characters featured within the series. Now, these art cards here are kind of weird, I guess. Not in terms of the artwork, but they feel like recycled cardboard rather than your standard typical art card. But they still look pretty cool. And then the final piece of the puzzle inside this Chainsaw Man Deluxe Edition set is the Steelbook release of Chainsaw Man Season 1. Interestingly, it isn't sealed and there isn't a carded sleeve on it either, so there's no BBFC or information about what you can expect from Chainsaw Man Season 1 and the set within. But we have the Season 1 box art on the back cover, and then some other type of artwork on the front. And then once we open it up, we are welcomed with the 2 Blu-ray discs for Chainsaw Man Season 1. Disc 1 featuring episodes 1 to 7, and Disc 2 having episodes 8 to 12 and the bonus features. Now you'll also notice that both discs feature the same artwork, which is a simple red design with a chainsaw. And here you can see the entirety of the Steelbook artwork looks pretty cool. Now if we remove the actual discs out of the way, you'll also notice that there's some inside artwork on the Steelbook case. Obviously you can't swap the artwork around, but it's still pretty cool to see that artwork being included. So with all the contents removed, I just thought it'd be interesting to see if there's any additional artwork on the inside. And there isn't, but it's just a plain black box, so nothing interesting or exciting here. But if we look on the back cover, you can move this information sheet out of the way and it will reveal some additional artwork. Now let's take a look at the Chainsaw Man LP vinyl set that's included inside this deluxe edition release of Chainsaw Man. So we looked at it a little bit earlier, but I thought it'd be interesting to have a closer look and unbox it so you can see what you can expect to receive when you do end up buying this set, or if you do end up deciding to buy this set. So yeah, it's quite difficult to open, but I managed to get my way inside. Obviously, I didn't want to tear the packaging because it's all cardboard, and I didn't want to damage the vinyl LPs themselves. So I had to really find a small bit that I could rip and then use my scissors to cut it open. But once I've got it opened, we can then see it all in its glory. So we do have a little piece of paper here that lists Chainsaw Man and the lists of songs that are included in the soundtrack, as well as a snapshot of what you can sort of expect from the vinyl discs themselves. We have the front cover, which has some really cool artwork of Chainsaw Man. And then obviously, once we open it up, we've got some more really cool artwork on the inside, which as you can see here, of Denji in Chainsaw Man form and another mysterious character. As you can probably tell, I've not actually watched Chainsaw Man myself, but I'm hoping to change that with this particular set. Anyway, once we open it up, we have this little information here that has some really cool screenshots from the series, and then information about the various artists and musicians involved with making the soundtrack. And then finally we can actually get to the soundtrack itself. So this is the first LP included inside the Chainsaw Man set, and it's presented as you sort of expect in the black paper bag that holds the vinyl LP. And so we have Denji on the front for side A, and then the really cool red artwork design for the actual LP itself. So it's not just a standard black LP, it's actually got some really cool design to it. And yeah, each LP side features a different character. So side A had Denji, and then side B has that other character. But in terms of the colour and presentation of each LP, then it's pretty much the same with that red and black design. And as you can see, once you've put the LP back into its protective wrapper, you can see the character on that side. So that was LP 1, or Vinyl 1. Next up, we have another information sheet inside the second side that's promoting all the other vinyls that this company produce. So we've got FLCL and My Hero Academia on there as well, which is pretty cool to see. So if you've been collecting anime vinyls lately, it might be worth checking them out to see if there's any others worth looking at. And then here we have the second vinyl, same packaging and presentation as the first side, which is to be expected. And once again, both sides in the middle feature slightly different character artwork, but the actual design of the vinyl is pretty much the same with that red and black toned colour, which is pretty fitting with Chainsaw Man itself. So that's pretty much what you can expect to receive from the Deluxe Edition Blu-ray and vinyl set of Chainsaw Man Season 1, which will be available in the UK via Crunchyroll on the 30th of December 2024. And as a reminder, this set is limited to 1,000 units, so once the set has sold out, you'll no longer be able to get hold of it, and each set does come with a certificate of authenticity that is numbered so you know which numbered edition you have. And finally, a big shout out to Crunchyroll for providing us this set so that we could do an unboxing on our channel.